this is Snake. Before I begin my play session, I just wanted to be upfront about how this video was made, so there isn't any confusion. My voice and everyone else's voice in this video was made using deepfake technology developed by the Patriots. So, basically, this is a completely non-profit fan-made simulation. Now, let's sit back, relax, crack open a beer, and watch a Let's Play of me, Solid Snake, playing video games.
Hey Snake, you're playing Mega Man.
Yeah, I heard this game was pretty good.
You should start with Bomb Man first. He's the recommended boss to go for first.
Sounds good. Otacon, so what do you know about this game?
Snake, Mega Man, known as Rockman in Japan, was the very first Mega Man game. It was released in Japan and North America in 1987, with a much delayed release in the United Kingdom and Europe in 1989 and 1990, respectively.
So, this game was a pretty big hit, huh?
There are over 130 titles in the Mega Man series. This game is hugely popular, and they still make them even today.
Damn, that's a lot of games. Why is it so popular?
Good question, Snake. Let me read a comment that someone posted online by the name of Daniel Callahan. He said, because the Mega Man games are simple, yet eloquent. The robot masters are creative and it's always fun to find out which weapon works best against who. That's another thing. It's one of the sweetest things imaginable in a game, stealing the enemy's power. When you defeat a robot master, you gain their weapon to your arsenal. The levels are also designed magnificently. It's all worth it to take down Dr. Wily in his Skull Castle and beat the games.
So, there must be a huge fan base.
The original game was released for the Nintendo Entertainment System in 1987 and spawned a franchise that expanded to over 50 games on multiple systems. As of July 26, 2022, the series has sold 38 million units worldwide.
Damn, people really love Mega Man games.
For sure. And although the game itself doesn't tell you much about the backstory of each robot master, there is a wealth of information online that covers just about everything, including the personalities of the robots.
What? Robots have a personality? That's weird.
For instance, Bomb Man's personality depicts him to be that of a teenager, possibly a nod to his mohawk. He likes fighting and is an expert in explosives, being able to quickly create and throw hyper bombs with startling accuracy, capable of destroying most targets with ease. However, he also enjoys firework displays, festivals, and 10-pin bowling. He is also a daredevil and his attitude depicts it, but he can be a bit wasteful on money and his bombs and has a dislike for a match or lighter, possibly because the risk of them igniting his bombs.
There he is. What should I do?
It says here that he's pretty easy. Bomb Man will just jump around the room and throw hyper bombs that land in front of the player at the moment of throwing the bomb. He will either throw another bomb or jump across the stage. When not cornered, Bomb Man will usually jump away from Mega Man instead of towards him. You did it! Snake! Good job!
Hell yeah. That wasn't so bad. This game is pretty good. Now I can see why it's so popular. Where should I go now?
Snake, it says here you should go to Gutsman next, because he's weak to Hyper Bomb, the weapon you receive when defeating Bomb Man.
I can throw bombs now. Sweet.
Special weapons have their own energy bar though, so you'll have to conserve your ammo.
No problem. On-site procurement. Just like Shadow Moses Island. He's a big guy.
For you!
Huh?
That's from a movie called The Dark Knight Rises. In this movie, a Batman movie, the villain Bane is shown in the opening section of the movie. A federal agent asks Bane, who's wearing a mask, if he pulled the mask off, would he die? Bane says, it would be extremely painful. The agent replies, you're a big guy. And Bane responds, for you! Snake, are you cheating?
Yeah, I'm using a rewind tool because I'm not very good at games. I'm still learning.
Well, it's okay. With the advances of modern technology, older, more difficult games suddenly become more accessible for anyone to try it out without the fear of getting too frustrated and quitting. The more you play, you'll begin to cheat less and less until eventually you'll begin to challenge yourself because the game seems too easy now.
So, tell me about this Guts Man guy. What's his story?
It says here that Guts Man is a civil engineering robot master from the original Mega Man. He was created by Dr. Light to work alongside Bomb Man for the purpose of land reclamation and construction. Guts Man possesses great physical strength, being capable of lifting and transporting heavy objects, including rocks of over 2 tons. With little effort, in battle, he can use his super arm to throw heavy objects, such as boulders and blocks, at his enemies. Guts Man can also use his strength to hit his enemies with a powerful tackle, and make the ground shake with his jumps.
Huh, sounds like he's going to be mean.
Guts Man will jump around the room towards Mega Man. His jumps will shake the ground, which will knock Mega Man over and immobilize him for a second if he's on the ground. So jumping when he lands can avoid the brunt of it. He cannot jump in the left corner, so if he comes really close to Mega Man, he will jump backwards. After jumping around for a bit, the boulder will drop on his hand and he will throw it at Mega Man. The block will hit the other blocks, so the block will break into smaller blocks. He will then... Never mind, you already beat him. Good job, Snake.
Hell yeah. That was a fun stage, but the platforming was difficult. Easy to fall to your death. Someone who is to green would probably have a difficult time with this stage. Otacon, where should I go now?
It says here to go to Cut Man, because he's weak to rock.
Cute. So, like rock, paper, scissors, he must always choose scissors. The guys who made this have a sense of humor.
According to his backstory I found online, Cut Man has been known to be extremely bad at the game rock, paper, scissors. So yeah, that is pretty funny. He literally probably always chooses scissors.
What else do you know about the scissor guy?
Well, let me look online. Cut Man is a robot master who was created by Dr. Light to be a timber-cutting robot. Cut Man debuted in the first Mega Man game, where he was reprogrammed by Dr. Wily to help him conquer the world.
So, he's a lumberjack. I guess lumberjack men didn't have that same ring to it. Or chainsaw man would be better, since you don't necessarily cut a tree down with freaking scissors. More like cutting people's hair. So barber man.
Well, it does say here he likes to give haircuts. Cut Man has been known to be highly well aware of his surroundings and is very cunning. He is also very stubborn and has a bad tendency to not listen to others. He likes paper cutting and haircuts.
Makes sense. What else do you know about Scissor Boy?
Well, his special weapon is the rolling cutter, an extremely sharp circular pair of scissor-like blades that can be thrown like boomerangs to attack from a distance. They are made of highly resistant ceramic titanium, allowing them to slice through most materials effectively. His body was designed with a lightweight chassis that grants him fast and agile movement, even in strong rain, as well as the ability to jump against horizontal surfaces to reach great heights. Metal Man would eventually be built using Cut Man's design.
Sounds like he's going to be tough. This level sure is tough as well. So far, the hardest stage. Someone starting with this stage first would have led to a very difficult time. I can only imagine how many upset kids went screaming to their mothers, "Mom, this game is too hard." It made me cry, lose my temper, and I threw the controller across the room, resulting in damages to the furniture. Tommy, you little brat, you're grounded. We're also taking your boom box away. You little shit.
Whoa, Snake, oddly specific story there. Did this happen to you?
Well, maybe, in a way. Rather not talk about it.
Alright, here we go. Boss time.
Look at those scissors. That's hilarious.
Snake, equip your super arm weapon. Cut Man will walk towards Mega Man and try to jump on him if he is on top of the blocks that super arm can throw. If Cut Man is hit, you beat him, Snake? Good job! Oh, you're getting hit by his scissors. They can still damage you even after he's destroyed.
This is not good.
There you go. That got him.
Man, that guy was tough. For sure the most challenging enemy I've faced so far. Starting with Cutman first would make for a very bad time. Little Timmy would have for sure have thrown his controller and break something after experiencing that. Especially if that was his first stage to play as a rookie. Okay, so now what?
Says here to go for Elec Man.
Otacon, we're in for a real shocker here.
Snake, don't start with the dad jokes again.
Huh, sorry. Can't help it. For what it's worth, I'll just charge into this stage, but first, I'll need to stay grounded because I don't have enough power.
Snake, you're doing it again.
Guilty as charged. I have so many bright ideas.
Snake, stop it!
I'm starting to notice, Otacon, that we no longer have that same spark in our relationship.
Snake, seriously, man.
It's really starting to shock me, Otacon, that you don't want me doing this. I had really hoped this would have brought you some form of enlightenment.
One more time, Snake, and I swear to God I'm hanging up on you.
Fine. Sorry. My bad. Just having some fun. Didn't realize you would be such a resistor.
Snake, I'm hanging up now.
Wait. I promise. I'm done. I swear. I love you being here with me. Seriously. I'm extremely ecstatic about it.
Bye.
Otacon. Otacon. I can't take a joke. I think I really pissed him off this time.
Yes, Snake.
Otacon, how come we have so much friction between us?
Oh my God.
Otacon, did you hang up again? This is hilarious.
Oh, look who it is. Solid Snake. Mr. Stupid Dad Jokes. Non-stop. Freaking stupid as hell puns. That drive me up the freaking wall.
Otacon, I love you. You're the brightest scientist I've ever known.
Snake! Go to hell! Wait, Snake, you'll need that upgrade right there. It's a unique item that is required to beat the game. It's called a magnet beam. A transport item from the Mega Man series that can temporarily create beams that can be used as platforms. Without it, you literally will get stuck during the Dr. Wily stage towards the end of the game. Elec Man is a robot master from the original Mega Man. He was created by Dr. Light to control the voltage of nuclear power plants. At the time of his creation, Elec Man was often hailed as Dr. Light's greatest creation and boasts razor-sharp judgment, as well as a physical agility that would not be matched until the creation of Quickman, who is in turn based on his design. His special weapon, the Thunder Beam, fires off devastating bolts of very high voltage electrical energy in multiple directions, with sufficient power to go through multiple enemies with one shot. In terms of personality, Elec Man is conceited and egotistical, with something of a sadistic streak in him, but is otherwise very responsible, smart and competent. In his spare time, he has taken up playing the electric guitar while singing, fitting for his motif. He also despises products made of rubber.
Interesting. I, too, have always despised wearing rubbers.
Very mature Snake, you nasty old man.
Old Snake, reporting for duty. Kept you waiting, huh?
I don't know how I deal with you.
I complete your circuit, Otacon.
Thank God this stage is almost over. Elec Man is a difficult boss to beat. He runs fast and jumps around the room, often stopping to shoot a single thunder beam, and less often shooting one when jumping. The Thunder Beam is very dangerous, as it has a very large hitbox and cuts Mega Man's L4 about a third of his maximum health. However, the beam can be avoided if jumped over it with good timing, especially if standing on the left side of his lair, since there is a pair of guts blocks in it. However, it is worth mentioning Elec Man can still reach Mega Man there if he jumps. Snake, I see you're doing the select button trick on the original Mega Man game. The developers didn't realize that by pausing the game repeatedly, it causes your projectile to continue doing damage. It's a huge exploit that players take advantage of, especially during the infamous Yellow Devil boss battle.
I'll take advantage of whatever gives me an edge on the battlefield.
You should do Iceman next. He's weak to Elec Man's Thunder Beam.
Shouldn't he be weak to fire?
You would think so, but no.
Otacon, you were born in the year 1980, right? Did you play games like this?
Yeah, of course. Mega Man was developed for the Nintendo Entertainment System, or simply known as NES, is an 8-bit third-generation home video game console produced by Nintendo. It was first released in Japan in 1983 as the Family Computer, commonly known as the Famicom. The NES, a redesigned version, was released in American test markets on October 18, 1985, before becoming widely available in North America and other countries.
So this NES, as you called it, I guess it was pretty popular back in those days.
For sure, it sold around 61 million units globally. It was insanely popular, and basically saved the gaming market from the dreaded crash that happened previously in the early 80s.
A gaming crash?
Yeah, the video game crash of 1983, known as the Atari shock in Japan, was a large-scale recession in the video game industry that occurred from 83 to 85, primarily in the United States. The crash was attributed to several factors, including market saturation in the number of video game consoles and available games, many of which were of poor quality, as well as waning interest in console games in favor of personal computers.
I thought everyone loved games. I guess back in those days, everyone started to feel a bit ripped off, especially after playing a game like E.T. I heard that game was horrible.
Yeah, E.T., or the Extraterrestrial, based on the hit movie. The game is often cited as one of the worst of all time and one of the biggest commercial failures in video game history.
Game must have been really bad.
It was so bad that it is cited as a major contributing factor to the video game crash of 83, and has been frequently referenced and mocked in popular culture as a cautionary tale about the dangers of rushed game development and studio interference.
I've always heard that any game based on any movie license is generally pretty bad, right?
Yeah, I think so. It's mostly because games are on forced deadlines, studio intervention, and perhaps there just isn't much talent there. Generally, artists want to create something original. That's just my opinion, though.
I heard there is an urban legend that there's a massive secret landfill full of unsold ET cartridges.
Not an urban legend anymore. Reports from 83 stated that, as a result of overproduction and returns, unsold cartridges were secretly buried in a landfill in Alamogordo, New Mexico, and covered with a layer of concrete. In April 2014, diggers hired to investigate the claim confirmed that the landfill contained several ET cartridges, among other games.
Just how many games were buried there?
James Heller, the former Atari manager who was in charge of the burial, was at the excavation and admitted to the Associated Press that around 700,000 cartridges of various games, not just ET, were buried. Marty Goldberg, co-author of the book Atari Incorporated, Business is Fun, added that the dump was in fact a clearing out of the Texas Atari manufacturing plants and used cartridge stock of a number of titles, as well as console and computer parts.
I guess back in those days, gamers were seriously concerned about the very real possibility of games going extinct.
Yeah, that's why many experts credit Nintendo for basically saving the gaming industry.
This guy was extremely weak to lightning. My god.
Good job, Snake. Iceman is a robot master from the original Mega Man. He was created by Dr. Light to perform human-like tasks under extreme climate conditions. This can be done for the fact he is impervious to chilling sub-zero temperatures. Iceman is also capable of functioning in hot environments, though he is less powerful there. His special weapon is the Ice Slasher, a sharp ice blade launched from his mouth that can freeze anything with its temperature of 200 degrees below zero. Iceman has been known to love showing off for crowds of people and can be known to be sometimes very self-centered, but cares deeply for his friends. As his name implies, he loves participating in activities revolving around snow, like snowball fights. Iceman has been known to have a dislike of heat-related things, such as sauna baths and firestorm. Ironic, seeing as his weapon is Fireman's weakness and not the other way around.
Yup.
Let's go to Fireman stage now.
So, what's his story?
Fireman is a robot master from the original Mega Man. He was built by Dr. Light to work in an incinerator at a waste management facility and is able to wield flames that can reach 7,000 to 8,000 degrees. Fireman can melt or burn through almost anything with his special weapon, the Firestorm. His weapon system excellently combines offense and defense. Fireman's and Bombman's development began at the same time, and despite being warned by Rock that working with both explosives and fire could be dangerous, Dr. Light went on believing that Iceman could handle the situation in case anything happened. A few flash fires did occur, but Iceman ran away saying he doesn't like saunas.
He ran away instead of putting out the fire. That's pretty funny. I enjoy these hilarious backstories, even though the original game, the one we're playing now, doesn't even remotely talk about any of this extra stuff found in various other related media.
Yeah, it's interesting to read about. As for the personality of Fireman, a hot-blooded and charismatic, albeit hot-tempered individual, Fireman sees himself as something of a hero, obsessed with fire and the ideals of justice, often referring to himself as the Flame of Justice. He likes camping in the summer, but has a particular dislike for rainy days and the cold, particularly from his weakness, the Ice Slasher.
He likes camping in the summer, huh? Makes sense. He prefers being warm. Still though, the idea of seeing this guy, a silly-looking robot, camping somewhere, pitching a tent, roasting some marshmallows, playing an instrument, singing Kumbaya, seems really weird to me. You mentioned earlier, one robot enjoys bowling. What's next? A robot master that enjoys off-roading. Or perhaps fishing. How about a silly robot master who likes to knit? All of this is so ridiculous, it's actually kind of cute. The Japanese sure do have a wonderful sense of humor, all right. I would love to see the type of game Japan would make about us, and Metal Gear. That would for sure be a hit around the world, I just know it.
Nobody would play that game, Snake.
What? Why not?
Don't take this the wrong way, but you are kind of boring.
Say what? No, I'm not. I'm funny. You might not like my jokes, but I'm sure others do. You never know.
Yeah, sure.
Well, this is a good place to die anyways. I meant for that to happen. That is just basic strategy.
A lot of people usually kill themselves on purpose before the boss. It saves time and precious energy. Or sometimes, they even kill themselves at the beginning of a stage if they don't have many continues left, so they can't start fresh with 2 chances to get to the boss.
Alright, he's weak to ice, right? This should be easy.
Whoa, Snake! You've really mastered that select trick, you dirty cheater!
Hey now, it's not exactly a cheat. It's built into the game. I'm just taking advantage.
Whatever you say, Snake. It's time to take on the Dr. Wily stages. You'll have to destroy various war robots designed by Dr. Wily.
Sounds fun. Whoa, this guy has a freaking flying saucer. That's some serious hardware. Does he also have a Metal Gear?
Actually, yeah. He does have one. Or at least what you would think would be a Metal Gear. A large war machine.
It feels like I'm blowing right through this game.
Yeah, these older games aren't that long. They're designed to be difficult, requiring multiple tries.
With cheats and tricks, the game doesn't last long at all. Maybe 30 minutes or so. Honestly, I kind of like it. I feel like I'd rather have a game that is fun, and short, and fun to replay, rather than a game that is too long, and drags. Nothing is worse than being forced to watch a game that is crazy long with tons of cutscenes that you just watch, and not actually be able to play.
Snake?
Yeah.
What you're saying is kind of, meta.
Meta. What does that mean? Like, metaphysical or something?
Meta comes from the Greek prefix and preposition meta, which means after or beyond. When combined with words in English, meta often signifies change or alteration, as in the words metamorphic or metabolic.
Otacon, must you over-explain everything?
Oh, sorry. Since I'm at the computer, I thought I'd just look stuff up on the web. So we can provide some type of educational experience for anyone who could be watching.
Anyone who could be watching? What do you mean? Like the Patriots? Didn't we put an end to that?
Well, yeah, maybe, but you never know. Nothing is entirely secure.
Even with you? Otacon, the master hacker.
You flatter me. Honestly, I'm probably pretty rusty these days. After we retired, I've mostly just been reading and watching movies. I recently just watched the latest version of Dune. It was pretty awesome. I really love the special effects and cinematography.
Yeah, I've never seen Dune, or read the books. I heard it was good.
It has a very dedicated and extremely opinionated fan base. The online forums are full of people who hate the movies with a passion, but love the books, or vice versa. It seems nobody is ever happy with the direction of the Dune franchise.
Yeah, I wonder why.
I personally think it's just because the book is extremely open-ended in terms of perception. The author didn't go into details about how everything looks or works, and left it up to the reader to form their own interpretations. Snake, it's time to battle the Yellow Devil. He's extremely hard. Unless you do the select trick, that's what I recommend, because otherwise, he's the hardest boss in the game. Use the Elec Man weapon. Wait until his eye is exposed, and let him have it. Just like that. You make it look easy, Snake.
No problem. Who really cares about getting clear points anyway? Who gives a crap? So, what's the deal with Dr. Wily? Why is he so pissed off all the time? What is his problem?
Dr. Albert W. Wily, known simply as Dr. Wily, is the primary antagonist of the original Mega Man series, appearing in almost all games, and a major, though unseen, antagonist in the Mega Man X series. He is a human scientist and both primary rival to Dr. Thomas Light and arch-nemesis to Mega Man. He aspires to conquer the world with his robot army led by his robot masters, though he is always defeated by Mega Man.
Yeah, I know that. But why is he, such a dick?
As diabolical as he may be, Wily has exhibited rare moments of decency and goodness in his character. In Super Adventure Rockman, Wily shows concern for Mega Man when he uses 2 Mega Busters to win a battle despite possibly expending all of his power. He also tells Ramon that he loves his creations. In all, Wily is a dynamic character, though he is usually shown as seemingly pure evil. Even he is not without a few reputable traits. Prior to the first Mega Man, before his descent towards insanity, Wily was shown to be an ordinary and diligent, yet petty, scientist. Even though he is rarely depicted in the games prior to his turn towards evil, in most media in which this period of his life is depicted, Dr. Wily is shown to have been genuinely helpful to Dr. Light, though he still harbored a tinge of jealousy towards his former friend and colleague.
So, he sounds like a decent guy. Just jealous over Dr. Light and his creations, which I suppose caused him to go down a dark path. Dr. Light should have taken him more seriously, perhaps given him some more attention. So hopefully all of this could have been avoided.
Wily is extremely intelligent also. A brilliant scientist, Wily showed a passion in pushing the future of technology and robotics no matter what the cost to the robot. a trait that he held throughout his entire life. He has a PhD in electronic engineering from the Robert University of Technology, and is a 5 consecutive year runner-up of the LIT Manual Design Contest, and has won the Silver Prize at the World Technology Award and was a nominee for the Nobel Prize in Physics.
This stage is really hard. I don't think I'm using the right weapon for the job here. Oh well, let's just push through. I'm impatient.
Wily is shown to be hot-headed, prideful, and resentful even as a student. These traits eventually evolved into pure hatred and evil, driving him in his bid for world domination and in his fight against Dr. Light, using various machines and robot masters to fight his nemesis Mega Man. He often begged insincerely for mercy after being defeated by him before escaping to avoid being taken to prison.
Mega Man should have just blown his brains out. Sounds way too evil to be kept alive.
Snake, this is a game designed for kids.
Yeah, true. But still. Looks like I'm fighting my evil twin. Mega Man's own version of Liquid Snake.
Yeah, that's called Copy Robot, also known as Evil Mega Man. He is a boss character from the original Mega Man series. He is a copy of the player's character created by a 3D copy system inside Dr. Ily's robot plant, being an identical copy with almost the same performance as the original, but with a different personality. The copy can also be told apart by his red eyes. It says here that Copy Robot is a copy of Mega Man that always uses the same special weapon the player is equipped with. If Mega Man is using the Magnet Beam or Super Arm, Copy Robot will simply run back and forth.
I think I just destroyed it. That guy was tough as nails.
Yeah, good work.
All right.
Snake, I've been playing with this new artificial intelligence deepfake technology from a website called FakeU. You want to hear some funny voices?
Sure.
My mama always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. That day, for no particular reason, I decided to go for a little run. So I ran to the end of the road, and when I got there, I thought maybe I'd run to the end of town. And when I got there, I thought maybe I'd just run across Greenbow County. And I figured since I run this far, maybe I'd just run across the great state of Alabama. And that's what I did. I ran clear across Alabama. For no particular reason, I just kept on going. I ran clear to the ocean. And when I got there, I figured since I've gone this far, I might as well turn around and just keep on going. Which voice is this, Snake? Can you guess?
This one is easy. It's Forrest Gump.
Bingo, Snake, you got it, but let me try a different one.
What if I told you that the Republic was now under the control of a Dark Lord of the Sith? This is an entirely evil voice. If you hadn't noticed, I am evil, and evil Dark Lord of the Sith.
I don't know. It's obviously Star Wars, because he keeps saying Sith.
Master Kenobi, you disappoint me.
Oh, it's that Count Dooku from the prequel series, played by the legendary actor Christopher Lee.
Very good, Snake. You are strong with the Force. You'd make for a powerful ally and would make for a great Dark Lord of the Sith.
Are you having fun, Otacon?
Having fun. I'll be back. Come with me if you want to live. You are terminated. It's not a tumor. Get the chopper. Now. Go. Predator is coming and he's really mean.
Nobody owes nobody nothing. This sounds like Stallone, but it needs some work. Sounds like Rocky has been punched in the face too much, and right now I'm a bit brain dead.
Otacon, you're a dork.
Snake, who are you calling a dork? I'm a big man. And you just made a terrible mistake. You're going to sleep with the fishes.
Joe Pesci.
You're darn right, I ain't Joe Pesci.
I must admit I didn't think much of Andy first time. I laid eyes on him. Looked like a stiff breeze would blow him over. That was my first impression of the man.
That one is easy. That's Morgan Freeman.
Good job, Snake. You really know your stuff. You are all that, and a bag of chips. Did you say Metal Gear? A weapon with the ability to launch a nuclear weapon from any place on the face of the Earth. A nuclear-equipped walking battle tank.
Metal Gear.
Yes, Snake, Metal Gear. There are no heroes in war. The only heroes I know are either dead or in prison, one or the other. Snake, do you think love can bloom, even on a battlefield?
Very funny, Otacon.
Yeah, I do. I believe at any time, any place, people can fall in love with each other. But if you love someone, you have to be able to protect them.
You're making this sound weird, Otacon.
Find something to believe in, and find it for yourself. When you do, pass it on to the future. I'm just a man who's good at what he does. Killing. There's no winning or losing for a mercenary.
Otacon.
Yeah, Snake. What's with these guys? It's just like one of my Japanese animes. Snake, we're not tools of the government or anyone else. Fighting was the only thing I was good at. But at least I always fought for what I believed in.
Gray Fox.
Yeah, Snake, you're pretty good.
No, you're pretty good.
I was born on a battlefield, raised on a battlefield. Gunfire, sirens, and screams. They were my lullabies. Hunted like dogs, day after day, driven from our ragged shelters. That was my life. Each morning, I'd wake up and find a few more of my family or friends dead beside me. I'd stare at the morning sun and pray to make it through the day. The governments of the world are blinded to our misery. But then, he appeared. My hero, Saladin. He took me away from all that.
Sniper Wolf.
Yes, Snake. I really miss her. I really loved her.
I still don't know why.
Snake, watch out. That's Dr. Wily. He cruises around in his flying saucer like a real big boss, knows no chill. He's angry, a true original gangster.
Oh my god, Otacon. You are seriously a freaking dork.
The strategy here, Snake, is to get good. You have to be good enough, or you will lose. Another strategy is to spam that select button like a boss. Spam that pause button like there's no tomorrow. Watch out, Snake. Dr. Wily has a second phase, and he's pissed. He is going to kick your ass, unless you cheat, continuing to spam that pause button like a total rookie. What is this easy mode? Only a true big boss plays Mega Man on European Extreme Difficulty.
Otacon, I'm seriously going to kick your butt.
Great work, Snake. You defeated Dr. Wily, although you had to cheat, and cheating you did. What is life to you, Snake? Life isn't worth cheating. Life is a long lesson in humility. Keep smiling, because life is a beautiful thing and there's so much to smile about.
Otacon, what the hell are you going on about?
After Metal Gear is destroyed, we're always supposed to have some important life lesson, right? Today, we need to learn to smile. Mega Man has ended the evil domination of Dr. Wily and restored the world to peace. However, the never-ending battle continues until all destructive forces are defeated. In other words, we'll keep cranking out these games until we're all dead and buried in the ground. Fight, Mega Man, for everlasting peace. You are truly the best, Mega Man. Staff.
You really love this voice, don't you, Otacon?
You bet your but I do, Snake. This was all planned by a K.
This has been a long night. I really could use a beer.
Character designer, Yasukiki.
Dealing with Otacon all day drives a man to drink.
That's not funny, Snake. Good work, Tom Pond. Your words, they cut like knives. Character designer, Inapking. What the kind of Inapking name is that? I'm starting to think all of these names are made up. They used fake names. Snake, back in those days, because the corporate suits thought their top designers would get poached by the competition. Quite silly if you ask me. Sound designer's fake name, Chanchok Horan Maname. That's an anagram for anachronic. That means out of chronological order or out of date. Like you, Snake, you're out of date.
What? No, I'm not.
You're getting old, Snake. So, Snake, what did you think of the OG Mega Man? Did you like it?
Yes, Morgan Freeman. I mean Otacon. It was pretty good.
Just pretty good. Is that all you have to say? Come on, you can do better than that.
I don't know. What do you want me to say?
Well, for starters, we could be cool and do what everyone else does and give it a score on some arbitrary system that nobody understands. Give it a random number, then try to explain what that number means. Like, I give this 8 out of 10 stars, or 5 out of 7 awesome units. It puts the Mega in the Mega Man.
Alright, I give this game 9 out of 10 stars, because the graphics are really nice, easy to look at, great sprite work, the music is catchy, the gameplay is exciting, and fun, but hard, but not super hard, but just hard enough for it to be a challenging experience.
It would have been more challenging if you hadn't cheated so much, Snake.
Come on, you know I'm not that good at games. I did what I had to do.
Don't sell yourself short, Snake. I know you can beat Mega Man without cheating. You're a legend, a real big boss.
If you say so.
So, Snake, think you want to play the next Mega Man? Or maybe all of them? There's only about 100 million of these freaking games.
Yeah, sure. I think it would be fun. If I have time. Sure, I'll play more of these games. But probably just the main ones on Nintendo. And maybe, one day, the Mega Man X series that I hear is all the rage.
Yeah, Snake. Mega Man X is really awesome stuff. Highly recommend it. It's totally the bomb.
Otacon, are you done with the Morgan Freeman voice now?
Yeah, Snake. I had a lot of fun watching you play and talking about it. I hope we do this again very soon.
Also, by the way, just another reminder, this entire video was a deep fake made by the Patriots. This has all been a simulation. No voices in this video were real. Snake out.